Okay. Java 8, right? Current version.
Yes.
Okay. What are the major features using from the Java 8 project?
Okay, so basically we are using some of the Java 8 features like lambda expression and multi-threading. Sorry, not multi-threading. Functional interface, and lambda expression, stream APIs. Yeah, these are the major
Okay.
which we are using.
Functional interfaces will accept the static and default methods.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we can have only one
What
extra.
about that?
Sorry.
What about the terminal and intermediate operations on the stream API?
Okay, terminal basically we can say like filter and map. These are the terminal operations basically which perform some operation but they doesn't produce any result. And
Okay.
I think they are terminal. No, they are intermediary operations. Terminal operations which produce some result like collect, because we are collecting as a list, and for each because it is helping us to print it.
So you're saying filter and map are a terminal,
No,
so
it's
it will not produce any.
filter and map are intermediary operations.
But you said differently, like collect and to list.
No,
Those
no,
are
I
intermediate.
actually I
That's what
have
you said.
no, I have just revise my answer. That was a
Okay,
mistake
but
from my side.
filter and map are so
Inter
filter and map are intermediate
intermediate
operations.
operations.
Okay.
Yes.
Primitive data types will accept the null values.
Primitive data types. Uh, Primitive data types. Mm, Null values.
Okay.
Sorry, no idea on this. It's a very basic.
Okay. What is static binding and dynamic binding?
Static binding. Hmm. I think they both are the part of related to the polymorphism, and overloading is considered as static binding and overriding is considered dynamic binding.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the difference between those?
Basically, difference is that overloading, the method name will be same but the arguments will be different, and in the overriding, it will happen between the two classes like parent and child class, so they can have the same name and same arguments also.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the difference between the array list and linked list?
Okay, array list and linked list, first of all they both are the part of the collections framework, and array list internally uses the resizable array. Once it reaches its like I think more than half limit, it will uh, resize itself. There is one formula to resize the array list, and basically when we have some retrieval operations like searching operations, then array list will perform better, and linked list it internally uses the I think doubly linked list, and in the case of insertion and deletion it will perform better.
Right. Okay. What is the difference between the hash map and concurrent hash map?
Okay, so basically both works for the key pair values. The biggest difference is that hash map is not a thread safe, but concurrent hash map is a thread safe, provide thread
Okay.
safe.
Hash map will allow the duplicate key.
Duplicate keys, no, it will not allow the duplicate keys, but it will allow the duplicate values, I think.
Okay. What happens when we try to add a duplicate key in the hash map?
uh, Maybe it will give us the error.
What kind of error? Compile time or runtime error? What is the error name?
So we're not sure about the error.
But you are sure about the error?
Yeah, it will give the error because I think before I'm not sure, but before 1.8 version we can have duplicate keys, but after 1.8 version we can't have duplicate keys.
So after 1.8 we will get an error. Before it will have a duplicate key. That's how.
Yes, I
That's
think
what
so.
you say.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, this new thing. Okay. Yeah. What is the parent class of errors and exceptions?
Sorry?
What is the parent class of errors and exceptions?
Errors and exceptions, it's throwable.
So, okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me a few examples of errors and exceptions?
Errors and exception. So basically, exceptions can be handled by the user using the try catch block, but errors cannot be handled by the user.
Okay.
Yes.
I want few examples
Okay.
for both the
So
errors and
examples like exceptions, we can say arithmetic exception, input output exception, interrupted exception, array out of bounds exception. These are the few exceptions. And error can be like this out of memory error.
Okay.
Yes.
Exceptions are two types, right?
Yeah, checked and unchecked.
Okay. Any checked exception example?
This mm, checked exception. It will check the compile time.
Okay. Stack overflow error is a
Yes.
error or an exception?
Stack overflow. I think it's a type of error.
We need to occur.
Sorry?
When it will occur? Any examples?
Stack. So suppose whenever the stack reaches its maximum capacity, and after that if we try to insert the elements in the stack.
Okay.
Yes.
You're working on a Spring Boot, right?
Yeah, correct.
Spring Boot comes with an embedded Tomcat server, right?
Yes.
Instead of the Tomcat server, if I want to use any other external service like the JTR,
Sorry?
how we can use that? Instead of the Tomcat server, if I want to use any other external service like the JTR or putty means,
Okay.
how we can use that?
We can provide the dependency in the pom.xml file.
Okay.
Yes.
But it have a Tomcat server, right?
But we can. I think there is some configuration called exclude. So if we implement that configuration exclude, it will not work on the inbuilt Tomcat server. After that we can.
Where we need to,
sorry?
Where we need to do that exclude?
Exclude. One second. Where we need to do exclude.
Okay, how do you maintain the different kind of environments in Spring Boot?
Okay, different type of environments. So we generally have three types of environment. One is dev, one is QA, and one is prod. So we have three types of environments.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you maintain that in a Spring Boot?
So basically, in the
because the same application will be deployed in QA, CAD, prod, and right.
Like
so how it will perform?
If we take an example, like we are working in the dev environment, so we will have the Spring profile property like Spring profiles dot active is equal to dev in the YML file.
Okay.
Yes.
So active means what it means?
So basically it will pick the configurations from the application dev.yaml file.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
How you are establishing a database connection to a Spring Boot application?
So if we can say in the general way, if we are not talking about any specific application, in general way, we provide the database properties in the YAML file, and all the like URL, database URL, Like if we take an example of our local system, if we are building any small scale project for our learning purpose, we will provide our username, database username, password, URL, and several other details in the YAML file.
Okay.
Yes.
What is the, you need some Hypernet to connect, right? Hypernet and Spring Data JPA
Yeah,
to connect.
Yeah, JPA. We are using JPA.
Okay. In the JPA, how to write the custom queries in JPA?
Custom queries. So we are making one class. Suppose if we are having user, so we make a class user repository, right? In that user repository, in the user repository,
because like I have one set of query.
Okay.
That will have 3 to 4 joins or some set of joins and have some details in that query. Okay. So I want to execute and get the results from that query. How do you do that in JPA?
In the JPA. So I want you are joining some of the tables, right? So
yeah, I have query. I have one query.
Okay.
That is having joins and kind of things, getting some results, set of results. Okay. So I want to execute it in the Spring Boot on a JPA to get the results. Okay. How do you get that?
Maybe I write one method, my custom method in the repository class, and on top of that I will write my query inside @query.
That's okay. What is the difference between the controller and REST controller?
So basically both are used to work with the web applications, and controller provides us the response in the form of HTTP, and REST control is an, we can say, advanced version of controller, which is a combination of controller plus request mapping, and it will help us to work in get the response in the form of JSON of XML.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
You are working on a microservice architecture, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. How the microservices communicate each other?
So basically, in my current application, they are communicating through the REST calls using REST template and Fan client.
Okay. Yes. For example, you have two microservice. Correct. A and B. During the call from A to B, the B is went up. Okay. Okay. So what will happen to that request? So basically, to handle these situations, because these are the systems, microservices can go down at any point of time. So to handle these situations, we will implement we can say circuit breaker. So in the circuit breaker, we have two mechanisms: fallback mechanism and the retry mechanism. So suppose at any point of time the microservice B goes down, then we have a fallback mechanism that after some calls, like I am sending one call to the microservice B and it got failed, I have a threshold, like I will send up to 5 calls, and if I doesn't get result, it will fall back to the some other API, we can say, in the microservice A. Suppose if I can give you an example, we are using the e-commerce application, right? And suppose we are seeing the products in the, we are searching for the products, we are seeing the products, and suppose there is a separate microservice which is cart microservices. We are adding some products in the cart, but if some point of time the cart microservice goes down, so but as a user I don't want to see the unexpected response that 404 the site is not working. I don't want to see that, so we will redirect user to the previous product page.
So we have a fallback mechanism for that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You're working on a SQL database, right? SQL and NoSQL.
I am working on the SQL, but I have rarely worked on the SQL because we are using the JPA. But I will try to answer in the SQL.
Okay, I'm asking about like a basics only.
Okay.
So what is the difference between the inner join and the left join?
Inner join. Suppose we have what I can say, two A and B. What I can say, two tables A and B, and they have some common data. So that common data will be worked at the inner join.
Okay, left join.
Left join, whatever data, uh, like there is some data in A and B and some data which is common between them. So whatever data is left which is not into the common section and not included in the B, that will be referred as left join.
Okay.
Hope you
In a
understand.
table there is a primary key and unique key, right?
Yes.
What is the use of that?
Primary key, unique. So unique key, we can say it is unique for the every records. Okay.
Okay.
And primary key, we can say, primary key.
Primary key will accept the null values.
Not sure about this. I don't no idea on this.
Okay. But actually those are the main thing in a table. Okay, if it isn't SQL, primary key is the important part of the table.
Yeah.
And it should be unique and
I know.
not null value.
Can
it
I?
should not accept the null.
Okay. Can I explain in different context? Like we are having a entities class in the upper Spring Boot application, right? And
Okay.
we are writing private int id as one variable. We are defining it as a @id and generated value. So it will act as a primary key. That id will act as a primary key and use.
So you're adding as a id, right?
Yes.
So if it's a table that has a column id,
okay,
that is a primary key, then
yes,
only we can add it like that.
Okay.
At any time.
Okay.
Okay, for example, there is a customer table. There is a customer ID means that customer ID is a @ID. You are sitting in the entity. Okay.
Yes.
That's the way it works. Okay. You must know the primary key value. What is the use of that? Then only you can do the joins or whatever it's first. First of all, if there isn't any requirement, okay. Yes. For example, there is a customer and then you say the e-commerce, right? The customer related products, product related details. That's the three tables, okay? How do you know this is the primary key, this is the foreign key? So I need to combine with this table with the join. Okay? Yes. So if you have a primary key, you know the primary key and the foreign key, then only you can join the tables, okay? Okay. And then do the operations like a group by or a where condition, where I do where condition, where I have to sell the product. Yeah, because SQL is must. Yeah, in our projects, like I worked in the two projects, one in Accenture and one in Sapient. So in the both the cases, there was some separate database team, and we don't have a permission to modify the queries or write the queries. Yes, some companies. Yes. We have like that, but most of the companies, because we are the developers. Yeah, correct. We need to know those details because sometimes they will add a new column, but we don't know. Let's take an example. Okay, someone they added a column in the database team, but they were missed to inform us. Okay, but we are doing the initiation and the error. Okay, how do you find that? Okay, yes, that you have to align with the development team, database team. Otherwise, you have to be access to your development environment of database. Yes. Okay? Yeah, I don't need a QA, CAT, and prod. Okay, I just need my development environment. That thing, okay? Yes. Then only I can do some kind of query based on the functionality the customer need. I can do the queries or searches like that, okay? I can integrate with my code. Yeah, you can explore it in your own, okay?
Yes,
Just
yes.
do like a joins and primary key, foreign keys, what is the use of the indexes, and if you are more interested, then go on for view store procedures in a sequence. Okay,
Yes.
those are definitely a useful thing for a developer. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
As a Java developer, it's required. Okay. No issues. Do you writing JUnit test cases?
Yes, JUnit test cases I do write.
Okay, I have one scenario. Tell me how to write the JUnit for that, okay? I have one service layer implementation. If I pass any invalid username to that service, the service will throw a custom exception. Okay, like a username is invalid with error code 512. Okay, how do you check this in a JUnit?
Okay, so it will throw the invalid username.
First of all, what required for writing one JUnit test method?
So basically, like we already have service class for the test also.
Because I have all the, I said right, I said the context. Like
yes.
I have one service layer implementation, so I have the code, service code. Okay.
Yes.
Now you have to write the test class, exact name of test class, and within that you have to write one method. That method, it will handle, so it will check my code is working fine or not. Okay. So how do you write that method?
So basically, we will start by creating a class that will have an annotation. It will generally have the annotation at Spring Boot test, and inside we will write our method. It will have the annotation at test, and then we will start working. Suppose if I want to throw that invalid user name exception like this, right now.
Yeah, it's already thrown in the service. Okay. I have to validate that code.
Yeah.
So I have to send it some invalid username to the request, and I have to check. I have to mark also, right? So in the DAO, there is some any DAO calls in the service or any other services call in the service. In the test, we don't ask usually to hit the database, right, for the test. Okay, so we have to mark instead of that as database. Yes, we have to mark that. Okay.
Yeah, we
so how do you mark?
We generally don't get for testing purposes. We will provide general data. We directly don't take the real data from the database. So we use.
How do you mark first? How do you mark the DO calls?
Using inject mock.
Inject mock. Okay. For example, DO.get username. Okay. There is a DO.get username. If the details is not coming, the service is throwing that error. Okay. So how do you mark that get username method?
Get username method.
Okay. No issues. Okay.
Yeah, actually,
there is an expected exception in the JUnit. Okay. Where we can set error message, set message, and set code. Okay. That way we can set it in the top of the test, inside the top of the test method. After that, we have to send it, and there is a when there in the mark, right? When get username, then return. Yeah, when null array empty object. Okay. Then what will do? It's during the mark, during the service running time, it will mark that object. Wherever we get the DO call, it will it will return the message as empty. Okay, that's the case, the code will work. And our test method also expecting that error message and the error code, right? That's actually, the way you can check it offline. Yeah, I do write test cases in the day-to-day life, but it doesn't stick my mind right now. Sometimes it happens. Yeah, sometimes it's happen. Yeah. No issues. You can check it offline. Okay, those things. Okay. What is next? Okay. Git repositories, right, you're working on?
Sorry?
Git repositories.
Yes, we are using the GitLab.
GitLab.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. I have one task branch in my local. Within that task branch, I have the 3 commits. Okay. I have pushed the 3 commits into the remote my repository. Okay. My task branch in the GitLab. Okay. Now I want to remove that third commit message, latest commit message in my branch. How do you do that? Latest commit. That's a 3 commit in my task branch. Yeah. I already pushed in my task branch in the GitLab. Okay. I want to remove the latest commit ID, latest commit changes. Sorry, I never encountered this situation, to be honest. Okay, there is a git reset hit -1. Okay, -1 means latest one. Or -2, -3, we can give like that. You can check it out. Okay. Okay. In a PR. Okay, if you're raising a PR, merge to the release branch or master branch. Okay. During that time, some other person also raising the PR and merge that same release or master branch in our changes means you will get a merge conflict rate. How quickly you can resolve that? Sorry, can you please explain the question? Yeah, you are raising the PR. Okay. That's pending approval and merge. But okay, after the before you, some other colleagues from your team has raised the PR and merged before you, before your commitment, before your PR match. Okay, that time you will get the match now, right? How quickly you can resolve that? Okay, so for that, I can tell you the scenario of my project. Suppose I have I have pushed the code and raised the merge request to merge the code, but suppose it is pending from 2 to 3 hours, but some of my colleague just just 2-3 minutes back and 2-3 minutes back raised the request to merge the code, and but why my request was pending? Because my lead who is the approver is on a, we can say, he is not available. So in this situation, what he will do is that he directly just we can say it as shortcut. He just said that Amit, your request has been pending from a long time, but there is another code has been merged, so you can just pull that latest code and again send the merge request. Okay, that's not actual scenario. Yeah, no. Some other way. Okay. Yes. Actually, it's a shortcut type. No, I think that's all from my end. I don't have time actually. I have another interview. Okay. 3:30. Okay. But I have some feedback. Do you have any question before that? Any particular area which I need to focus more? Yeah, that's the thing I have. Okay. Okay. Actually, you have to improve on the SQL side. Case on the SQL side I already said, right? Yes. SQL side you have to improve, and then JUnit, check that in-depth knowledge. Okay. For the mocking and all the things working. And then mainly the collection side, the hash map you saying is totally wrong. Okay. Like you said, right, the key, if you have added a duplicate key, it will throw an error, right? That's not a true. Okay. It will override the values. Hashing algorithm. Okay. Hash collision will happen. Okay. If you have a same key again and again, so it will get that. It will override that latest value. Okay. Okay. And then you say Java 1.7, 1.8. That story is totally wrong. Okay. Okay. Check that. Okay. Sure. That's the one I have to share with you. Otherwise, all good. Yeah. Okay. SQL, I think definitely I need. Okay. Yeah. Need to know the basics. Okay. Go through that. Yeah. For the I can say for the JUnit, it doesn't strike my mind, but yeah, I usually do in the day-to-day life. I understand. Yeah. I understand. Okay. As for you are telling the things, I can understand your work. You already worked that out. Okay. Yes. I can able to get that. Okay. But no worries on that. Yes. But still, you have to check it on this. sequence.
Yeah, I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, that's something I want to share with you. Thank you. You can talk.